Is this what you want? This fucking foliage? Is this what you want? Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is Monday Night Raw, December 9th, 2019. The night that Seth Rollins finally turned heel. Whether they're the authors of pain, the architects of pain, I don't even give a single solitary shit what they're called. Tonight is the night that Seth Rollins finally turned heel. Was it a great heel turn? The answer is no. WWE doesn't do anything that is great anymore. Barely. You want great, you go watch Wednesday on NXT. They even messed up the simplest of things tonight with Seth Rollins' heel turn, which we will go over tonight on the podcast. But what is done is done. It needed to happen. Yes, there's 1 week till TLC. Yes, tonight was actually the go-home show. But what is done is done. It was finally done. Rollins is heel. And I know you guys have been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. The community of cretins have lied to you for 2 straight weeks. Oh, Rollins is a heel. Oh, Rollins turned heel 2 weeks ago. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Even tonight, he still apologized for what he did to Kevin Owens. And we don't even know why he actually joined AOP. Like I said, we'll go over it, but tonight is the night that Rollins, I don't lie to you, I don't bullshit you guys in any which way. You heard it here from me, and if I'm saying it, it's absolutely 100% legit. Rollins is now a heel. Also tonight, WWE seemed to double down on their complete disaster of a handicap match last week. They thought that Charlotte versus the Kabuki Warriors was actually a great match. They actually thought that match did something to build up everybody involved. Little did they know, they buried the Kabuki Warriors on Monday Night Raw last week. What do you think they did this week? They booked the same match, but with Becky Lynch. So last week we got Charlotte versus the Kabuki Warriors, and this week we got Becky versus the Kabuki Warriors, which, like I said, I don't know if you guys realized, it's a go-home show for TLC. So what we're going to get on Sunday after these 2 unimportant and worthless handicap matches that done nothing but damage the Kabuki Warriors, we're getting a tag team title match on Sunday with Charlotte and Becky versus the Kabuki Warriors. My goodness, how the women's division is just utter garbage. I really don't understand how one little itty-bitty division is so difficult to book in the eyes of Monday Night Raw creative. Alistair Black and Buddy Murphy has finally been announced for the pay-per-view, something that I'm actually looking forward to. Humberto Carrillo and Andrade had themselves a decent match tonight. But please, for the love of God, I hope to God we are not seeing the end of Andrade, Cien Almas, and Zelina Vega. My God, what a terrible creative decision that would be. Please, please. Kevin Owens, the entire show was revolving around Kevin Owens and him searching for the authors of pain before the heel turn. So we're getting Rollins and Kevin Owens at the pay-per-view. We got Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles for the United States Championship. in what I thought overall was a very dull... Oh, by the way, I failed to mention the divorce of Lana and Rusev. I'm sorry, it must have slipped my mind. Man, how could I forget something so important to everybody right now that is happening on WWE TV? How could I forget everybody's favorite storyline? How could I forget the best storyline in all of pro wrestling according to Rusev? Let me stop, please. I'm gonna vomit the fucking coffee I just had about a half an hour ago. Lana and Rusev, the divorce. AJ Styles versus Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. Go home show for TLC. All this plus more right here on the podcast tonight. Again, thank you guys so very much for joining me here on Off the Script. If you missed Off the Script, episode 303, parts 1 and 2, links will be down in the description below. Make sure you guys go and check that out. We blast Corey Graves again on Saturday for his podcast and his thoughts on Charlotte Flair needing to be booked better on Monday Night Raw, as if 10 title reigns is not enough for Corey Graves, right? What a cretin. What a cretin, man. I want my queen back. Yeah, the queen could go back to her hive. We don't want her anymore on WWE Raw. Oh, Charlotte's getting complacent. She's going through the motions. Do you see where she works? Why wouldn't she go through the motions? So we talk about that on Saturday. On Friday, we talk about, what's his name? John Morrison, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Catering, Johnny Raw, Johnny SmackDown, Johnny Failure, whatever you want to call him. He's going to be in catering in about 3 weeks. He'll probably end up on SmackDown and be paired with The Miz after The Miz gets buried by Bray Wyatt. So I don't give a shit where he ends up. He's back in the WWE. He's back in the WWE for one last big payday. We go over why nobody realistically, I can't even speak right now, realistically gives a shit about John Morrison and why nobody should be excited about John Morrison coming back to the WWE. Everything you need linked down in the description below. Make sure you guys go and check that out. Follow me on Twitter at JDFromNY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram, by the way. Make sure you guys follow me on both. If you guys want to support the podcast via Patreon, you guys can certainly do that as well. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button. Very, very important. Probably the most important thing I'm going to tell you in this entire hour. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for all notifications. And the podcast tonight is brought to you by my good buddies over at Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Now you guys can increase your performance. Please, don't be like Seth Rollins. Please. Seth Rollins could use a few Blue Chew himself. You know, maybe. I don't really know what his deal is with Becky Lynch, but we all know that he's been underperforming as of late. Tonight was the first night. He might have used Blue Chew tonight, man. We don't even know. We don't even know. In his heel turn, he might have used Blue Chew. Now you guys can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. I want you guys to listen to me very carefully. BlueChew.com. That's like the color blue clowns. Like Blue's Clues. Right, like a blue Smurf. Like Bray Wyatt's blue WWE Universal Championship. Yeah, the color blue. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients, such as Viagra and Cialis. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And since they are chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill, so you guys can be ready whenever the opportunity arises. If you could benefit from more confidence where it counts, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Blue Chew is prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor's office or wait in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy, and best of all, guys, there is no awkwardness. Right now, I've got a special deal for you. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special code JD. All you guys have to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Again, that's Blue, B-L-U-E, Chew.com, promo code JD. Try it for free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper, and faster choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the podcast right here for Monday Night Raw on Off the Script. Monday Night Raw tonight, December 9, 2019, from Greenville, South Carolina. I actually had a few people tell me on Twitter tonight that they had the opportunity to go to the show tonight, and that they did not go to the show tonight. I'm glad to know that my influence and my knowledge and what I do here is rubbing off on everybody. Why would you put yourself through 3 hours of this horrendous garbage? I don't understand it. I really don't. Yes, I can absolutely see everybody watching this at home. Oh my God, I love the Lana and Rusev storyline, man. I have to go see it live, man. Can you imagine anybody uttering the words that I just mentioned? Really? Really? I wanted to break my fucking TV tonight with the garbage that we were being given on this show. If anybody deserves a divorce from Monday Night Raw, it's the fucking people that write this show. Hour 1. Jerry Lawler was in the middle of the ring, in front of the table and the 2 chairs, and he was going to proceed over the Lana and Rusev divorce. Now, I remember marriages, I remember, different types of relationship angles on Monday Night Raw. Never, or at least I don't remember. I don't know why I would, because this show sucks. I've never seen a divorce on Monday Night Raw. I think this might be the first in the history of Monday Night Raw. Jerry Lawler was in the ring, said he had hoped he would negotiate a reconciliation between them, and he showed off his shirt that says King of Love. King of Love. Yes, King of Love. Jerry the King Lawler is such a lovable guy. He's such a gentleman. He also cheated on 4 previous ex-wives. Yeah, the King of Love. Said he's afraid that he's learned it's at a point of no return. No, listen, King, listen. Lana and Rusev are at the point of no return. Monday Night Raw is at the point of fucking no return. He unfortunately said that he now here has to preside over a divorce contract. He introduced Lana first. She walked out with her quote-unquote lawyer. I don't know where they found this goof. I really don't. I mean, if you're gonna do this the right way and really make it realistic, take off the wedding ring, number 1, please. And number 2, can you get somebody that actually looks like a fucking lawyer? This guy looked like he was the front man for some fucking girly emo band. He was looking around like he was all serious. Like looking at the crowd. Like, what is this guy doing? Was he bird watching? Who is this fucking geek? Standing there in the ring. Lana comes out. Listen, thank Christ, Lana is one of the most beautiful women that the WWE has ever seen. Other than that, man, she's got absolutely nothing going for her. And to be fair, WWE shows you how ridiculous and unintelligent that they are. They signed this woman to a 5-year deal. They signed her to a 5-year contract. I don't understand how anybody could look across the table at a contract or during a contract negotiation with Lana and say, yes, we're going to give you 5 years and the raise. A raise in what? Silicone? Anyway, Samoa Joe is on commentary. He's talking about what's going on. Lana looked excited to be there and she strutted around. She wore a very tight dress as always. Fans are chanting Rusev Day. Lawler said Lana has waived the distance provision in the temporary restraining order, but otherwise, he must caution Rusev that all other provisions will be enforced. So, he goes over that, and he then introduces Rusev. Rusev walks out. He's wearing a Donald Duck t-shirt with a blazer over. If there's one thing that we can take away from this storyline, it's that Rusev doesn't give a fuck. Seriously, this is the greatest storyline that he's ever been in, apparently. The hottest storyline in all of WWE TV. And he's coming to his divorce wearing a Donald Duck t-shirt. That might have been the best thing in this entire program. So Lana and Rusev are sitting down. Now Rusev is clapping and waving to the fans before sitting down. He offers a handshake to Lana. She glared at him. More Rusev Day chants began. And then you gotta hear the fucking analysts and the elitists, the apologists on Twitter. Oh, this is getting Rusev over. Rusev is so popular now because of this storyline. Listen, I don't know if you guys have one brain cell or are just mentally fucking stupid, but Rusev was actually over. I don't know if you guys remember, he teamed with Aiden English as a part of the team Rusev Day, where they should have went on to win the WWE Tag Team Championships because they were organically over. Now, WWE sees a team go and get organically over, and they will organically go out there and try to kill them and stop their momentum. This is their MO. So, all the people that are thinking that Rusev is now so over and popular because of this storyline, he was already over and popular. WWE has kept this guy in the back, in catering. WWE wanted nothing to do with Rusev. Fans have always appreciated and wanted to see Rusev. They're just happy to finally fucking see Rusev. It has nothing to do with this storyline. These are the people that fuel WWE to make these shitty creative decisions because they hear this shit from the fucking idiots on social media and they think that this is a good storyline. That's not a good storyline. Why? Because Rusev's over? He was already over. This storyline didn't make Rusev any more over. What are you, fucking stupid? And his opponent is Bobby Lashley. Well, what do you expect? The fucking charisma vacuum himself. Might as well come out wearing a trash pail over his fucking head. So they're sitting down. Hello, everybody, says Rusev. She told him not to interrupt her. Rusev said she wasn't even talking. She said she wants to know that she used to love him so much. Yeah, I used to love wrestling too before Monday Night Raw fucking killed my love for pro wrestling. Good thing I have my fucking guys in Hog. Otherwise, I won't end this podcast. Otherwise, I guarantee you I would not be watching this shit. I swear to fucking Christ. I swear on my grandfather's fucking tomb, I won't be watching this shit. Monday and Friday. I'd only be watching Wednesday. NXT and Dynamite. She said that when fans hated him and called him stupid, ugly, and fat and bad at wrestling, she loved him over everyone. I don't remember them saying that. I mean, this must have happened in the middle of John Cena burying Rusev at WrestleMania. Otherwise, I didn't hear any of that stuff. She said when he became rich and famous and successful. Famous? WWE stopped that quick. Successful in WWE? Yeah, right. What, in the cheesecake eating contest in fucking Titus Catering? Give me a break. Rich. You know, if you sign that new deal, you might be rich, but you'll have zero respect from this podcaster. I'll tell you that right now. So, it went to his head. She said, which head did it go to? Up here or down there? I don't know. Knowing what she was wearing, probably down there. Now, she said that she's a smart, intelligent woman, and she knows that it wasn't just Rusev's fault that their marriage failed. It's also the fault of the WWE fans. He told her to calm down. She said if he violates the restraining order, he will go to jail for a very, very long time. She must have been having flashbacks from the fucking night that she slept with Bobby Lashley. Long. Next thing you know, you'll be seeing her on Black Raw. Long. Give me a break. Don't ask me how I know that, please. Rusev happily tried to sign. She yanked the contract away from him, and she's going to be first, or she wants to be first. He said that's a window into his life at home, as she always has to be first. Oh. I'm usually a giver, okay? You fucking selfish prick, Rusev. She told fans to stop booing her. Fans were booing. And fans are booing Lana because she has go-away heat. If you think this woman is a legit heel that the fans are actually hating, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, man. I know. I've been watching this for 30 years. I know when I'm looking at a heel. I'm not looking at a heel and seeing Lana, okay? So she said that she gave it to him, so she's taking it back, or birthday. She's talking about birthday gift. She gave him a birthday gift. Said she's taking it back. What was it? A fucking a blender, a toaster? What'd you get him? A fucking pack of condoms that you didn't use with him? What'd you get him? She called him a son of a bitch. He told her to shut up. She signed the paperwork. Rusev then held it up and smiled. He was about to sign it, and then, on second thought, I need something from you before I sign this. Lana asked if he wanted sex again, in the elevator, in the ring, at the doctor's office, on the plane. She said that he is a sick person. No, Lana, well, yeah, you're kind of sick. Rusev's not sick. The people that wrote this fucking storyline are sick. Just like all the people who are in this arena. Sick people. So more boos for Lana. Rusev said that he wants a match with his hot, cute boyfriend. With her. I'm sorry. You see how I care about this fucking shit, that I'm making typos in my own notes. Her hot, cute boyfriend, Bobby Lashley. Folks, I don't know what you're thinking, okay? Rusev is not gay. It was a typo, okay? But to continue what we're talking about here, I don't know what you're thinking. But Rusev has been in the middle of this storyline where he's had to buckle down and listen to his still wife, Lana. He's had to buckle down and listen to her talk about how her and Bob Lashley have had sex and have continued to just humiliate him and just fucking castrate him and pretty much put him in the Mike Kanellis category of being fucking King Cuck in WWE. This guy's wife cheated on him, and all he has to say here is, okay, you cheated on me, but I want one thing from you. I want your boyfriend in a match at TLC. Really? Now, if I'm Rusev, this guy wouldn't be breathing. I would have taken a fucking aluminum baseball bat to this guy's fucking eyeballs, and it would have looked like a Mortal Kombat fatality. All he wants is a fucking match with Bobby Lashley after his wife fucked another man? Who writes this shit? This is like fucking DuckTales, cartoonish. Never mind fucking Donald Duck. You fucking kidding me? Yeah, Rusev's wearing the appropriate t-shirt for this garbage. It's a fucking cartoon. I don't understand this shit. Who sits here and enjoys this verbiage and this garbage by WWE? This is one of the worst storylines I could ever remember as a fan watching this show. Monday Night Raw is the absolute worst program that the industry has ever seen. I mean this wholeheartedly. There will never be another show that comes along that is worse than Monday Night Raw. Vince, I hope, and everybody else, whoever else is on WWE Creative listening to me, I know there's some fucking cretins on the creative team listening to me because I know how you get your ideas. You listen to the podcasters in the community. Please, I am telling you this in all honesty from a fucking guy that's been watching this company for over 30 years. This is the exact reason why people hate pro wrestling. This is the exact reason why people are not watching WWE. Are you fucking mental? What is this shit? And why did we have to be punished for the first 20 minutes of this show with this nauseating garbage? Lashley's music played. He came out. He said this is a big joke to Rusev at his and Lana's expense. It's a big joke to Rusev. This entire fucking storyline's been a big fucking joke to the fans. Never mind fucking Rusev. Said Lana is hers now. He said when the divorce is over, he's going to ask her to marry him. Oh my God, what a fucking knight in shining armor is Bobby Lashley. Blow me. Said that he wants to marry Lana. She smiled and whispered in his ear. Rusev said she's all his. Run to Vegas and get married. She's just bad. He couldn't think of anything to say about his still current wife, Lana. She's just bad. Just like this show, bad. But I could come up with several more words to describe this show other than fucking bad. Said he wants to live happily on Rusev Day. I want to live happily on Monday where we actually get 3 hours of fucking good wrestling on Monday night, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. He said he'll face Lashley any match or in any match anytime, and then he signed the contract. Lashley attacked Rusev as he was signing. They brawled to the floor. Lashley rammed Rusev into the barricade on the outside. They went back into the ring. Rusev caught Bobby Lashley with the Machka kick and then gave him a belly-to-belly suplex through the divorce table with the lawyer still doing. As if he's fucking bird watching out in the fucking Yellowstone National Park, this fucking guy. What the fuck is he looking for? Emo motherfucker. Garbage. 20 minutes of the most fucking cringe-inducing shit that this show has ever seen. I don't know how this shit continues to get worse and worse every single week. Yes, my wife fucked another man. Let me get a match with you at TLC and we'll be even. Do you believe this is the premise of this is the payoff? My wife fucked another man. Give me a match at TLC. Or am I just mental myself? Please someone tell me. Am I losing my mind? Unreal. Charlie Caruso's backstage. She was at the House of Glory show. Should have asked her, yeah, Miss Caruso, how are the other androids doing on the WWE backstage interviewing staff? She's the only one that's not a fucking android. Interviewed KO backstage. Caruso asks if KO has figured out why AOP attacked him. KO says that's easy to figure out. They attacked him because Seth Rollins told them to do it. Oh, really? Really? I don't think so. It's not that easy. You think WWE is going to give you something that should have happened 3 weeks ago? Yeah, right. That's exactly what I was thinking when I heard this promo by Kevin Owens. He said Seth didn't like his honesty about how full of crap he is. He said he got away last week, and that means they will have a problem with him this week. So the camera then followed KO as he walked around backstage. He runs into Rey Mysterio because Rey Mysterio is just randomly hanging out backstage doing God knows what. Right? You figured he'd be in his locker room getting ready for a huge United States Championship match with AJ Styles. He's just standing there in the fucking the hallway, just doing whatever, right? So Rey Mysterio offered to help Kevin Owens and watch his back. KO says he appreciates it, but he will handle it himself because that's worked out for you so brilliantly so far, right, Kevin Owens? Rey held up his steel pipe, and he offered it to KO. Kevin Owens took his steel pipe, and he thanked him. So Kevin Owens now has a weapon to help him against the 2-on-1 AOPP. There you go. Matt Hardy made his ring entrance, and Matt Hardy has been used more in the last 3 weeks on Monday Night Raw than he's been used in the last 33 fucking weeks that he's been on Monday Night Raw. He's been used more in this month than he's been used the entire year. Unreal. And why is that, folks? Because he has a contract coming up. And WWE wants to put him to work now because they don't want him to go to AEW. But I guess being that they released Luke Harper and Sin Cara and The Ascension and hopefully everybody else that has asked for a release, maybe the AEW effect is no longer as strong as it was, I would say, 8 weeks ago. Maybe. We don't know. Matt Hardy, hopefully he's on his way out of the WWE. He makes his way down to the ring. He's got a match with Drew McIntyre. Drew came out and said that last week Matt's wife, Rebecca, you better be careful here, Mr. McIntyre. You don't want to fuck with Rebby Hardy, okay? You will get buried on social media. So Rebecca just gave birth to their third baby. Congratulations to them. I hear the kid's cross-eyed, but at least we know he is the father, Drew McIntyre stated. Said Matt has been successful in the ring, but outside the ring, he hasn't made the best decisions, so reproducing might not be the best choice. He said he is going to give Matt and his family an opportunity to leave the ring with his tail between his legs so he can hold his child and not be broken. Who writes this shit? It looks to me, when I'm listening to this, that this was purposely written for McIntyre to say, because I guess WWE kind of knows that Rebby kind of went off on them a couple weeks ago because they flew in Matt Hardy to job to Buddy Murphy, I think it was, in like 3 minutes. This is what you take my husband away for when I'm about to give fucking birth to our third child. A job match, a squash match to Buddy Murphy. So they had Drew McIntyre go out there, and I don't really understand why Matt would want that said about him and his family after his wife just gave birth. It just sounds a little ridiculous and bizarre to me. That's all. So what happened here? Another squash match. Drew McIntyre wins with a Future Shock DDT, followed up by a Claymore kick. Both were absolutely devastating. Matt sold them brilliantly. Drew McIntyre wins here. That's pretty much it. Does McIntyre have a match at the pay-per-view? Of course he doesn't. Because fuck Drew McIntyre. Backstage, Charlotte told Becky that she doesn't like her Should I do the Android? I don't know, man. Should I do the Android? I know my buddy Cashflow Ken Broadway loves the Android. Charlotte, I do not like you. What did she say? But I know you would want to beat Becky 2 belts again. Yes, because we need Becky 2 belts again, right? We need fucking WWE Women's Division to have 8 women. Never mind fucking Becky 2 belts. 8 women, 10 women, 12 women. Give me more women. Please. We got 4 women in this division that you're currently booking as the entire division. That, folks, is not a women's division. It's called a joke. But Corey Graves thinks Charlotte Flair needs more titles and more TV time, and she needs to be booked better. Corey Graves is a blithering idiot. So Becky said that she would rather face the Kabuki Warriors alone than trust her. Becky said that she's facing them alone later tonight. An opportunity to collect an old debt. I don't get these people. I really don't. You know, I mentioned this last week. Now, I know I'm not listen, I know I'm not the fucking brightest guy. You know, I got some pretty decent ideas here and there, but I know when something doesn't make sense. I know when something's right. And I know that this instance, we got a handicap match last week that did not look good at all. Oh, but it went 17 minutes. 17 minutes? It should have never even went 7 minutes. Are you fucking kidding me? 17 minutes. When I looked at the end of that match and seen the time that they went, that's all I needed to know. I don't know how anybody could justify a 17-minute fucking match with Charlotte Flair looking like fucking the Incredible Hulk against the Kabuki Warriors. You do realize that Charlotte is not in a position to be going 2-on-1 and standing tall against the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Now, I know those belts are absolutely fucking worthless in every sense of the word, but Charlotte going up against Asuka and Kairi Sane and getting more offense than both of them combined? How does that make any sense to you people? So why would you look at this and look at that last week and then look at this again this week and ask yourself, I can't wait to see this match. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be the same fucking result as last week. But there's a big difference this week, folks. The Kabuki Warriors aren't fighting Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is not a champion. The Kabuki Warriors are fighting the Raw Women's Champion. So you mean to tell me that Becky Lynch, who hasn't been on Monday Night Raw in 2 weeks now, you're putting her in a handicap match against the Kabuki Warriors and you're expecting the same outcome as last week where the Kabuki Warriors beat Charlotte Flair? You expect them to beat Becky Lynch this week? Man, you people really must be fucking gullible idiots, man. I don't believe how anybody could sit there. I swear to God, man, if you are in the community and you justify this garbage, you do not even deserve a fucking platform to be talking about professional wrestling. You are just adding to the problem. That's all that is. Anyway, moving on from this, we'll talk about that fucking match because, of course, WWE booked themselves into a corner. Kevin Owens walked around backstage asking wrestlers if they seen AOPP. Mojo Rowley, who obviously, A, is a jobber. B, obviously has been spending way too much time in Titus Catering. I don't know what the fuck he was looking like. He looked like some overweight superhero. I mean, is Mojo working out? I know he's not getting TV time. I know he might be sad down in the dumps. Listen, bro, you signed a 5-year deal. You must be happy there. But holy shit, man. I think he's had too much of Titus O'Neil's mashed potatoes. I think he kind of overdid it during Thanksgiving weekend, bro. He looked ridiculous. He looked awful. He looked awful. An overweight slob is what Mojo Rawley looked like. Now, I'm no fucking Greek god, but holy shit, man, you're a professional wrestler. What happened? I don't remember him looking that bad. I'm just being honest with you. I gotta call what I see. So we walked around. Mojo Rawley told them that they went that way. No. They went that way. No. I'm wrong. They went that way. So obviously Mojo was fucking with Kevin Owens. So Kevin Owens slapped him in the face. And then Kevin Owens was like, now you're that way. And he pointed down to the ground. So there you go. Mojo Rowley got some TV time. They must have felt bad for him. Viking Raiders walk to the ring. Oh my God, I'm anticipating another squash match here, but they walked to the ring and they actually had microphones on this Monday. They have been searching for worthy opponents. Really? Really? Yeah, you got the two guys buying fucking cat food and dog food and a fucking goldfish for his daughter at Petco. Where the pets go. Looking for worthy opponents. They've encountered nothing but victims. Really? I'm a part of that victim crew because I watch this fucking show every Monday. I'm a victim. They issued an open challenge to anyone who can take their gold. Now let the raid begin. So out come the Street Profits, and they dance their way through the crowd, and we get an open challenge of the Viking Raiders versus the Street Profits. You know what I'm going to say about the open challenge? The open challenge is nothing more than WWE telling you, hi, I'm an idiot. I have no creative direction for this segment. That's all that is. Number 2, why would you give me the Street Profits? Seriously. Now, the Street Profits are one of 3 teams on this show that actually means something. You got the OC, you got the War Raiders, you got AOPP, but I don't know if they're going to be getting in the tag team title hunt. And then you got the Street Profits. Why would you put the Street Profits, who I really enjoy, I'm enjoying a lot less being that they're associated with this show, why would you put the Street Profits, who I enjoy, in this match against the War Raiders when they had absolutely zero chance of winning? Folks, I don't know if you were watching this with the same eyeballs that I was, but what I seen was an entire feud and a payoff in 3 minutes. That's what I seen. The Street Profits, realistically, should be one of the top-tier tag teams on this show, and WWE just put them and booked them in a segment that really is a payoff without any storyline. They were the victims of an open challenge that resulted in a 3-minute squash against the Viking Raiders. Viking Raiders win with Thor's hammer. I refuse to call it by the name that Vince gave them. Thor's hammer, because Moro's cooler, bitch. 3 minutes to retain the Raw Tag Team titles. I don't understand why the Street Profits aren't a top-tier tag team and why the Viking Raiders continue to look weak as champions. And this is the division. You got the Street Profits, you got the OC, and then the Viking Raiders. What are you going to do? Trade the titles back and forth between the OC and the Viking Raiders? I mean, I don't get this shit. Why were they even on this show? You didn't even need to book them on this show. Because the OC came out saying that they won the Best in the World Tag Team Turmoil match at Crown Jewel, so they deserve a match against the Viking Raiders. They actually pinned the Viking Raiders in that match. They deserve a tag team title match. Go ahead and book the match for the pay-per-view. Why did we need to see the Street Profits buried in 3 minutes? A match, and I know this will be justified on social media because nobody has a fucking brain, and everybody will say that I'm doing nothing but complaining, but this match did not enhance them in any way. How could you enhance them in 3 minutes? I can't even warm up a fucking hot pocket in my microwave in 3 fucking minutes. Are you fucking kidding me? I swear to God, man, whoever's booking this show, please, just drag them away from this show and never have them return again. I swear to Christ, I hate this show with the heat of 1,000 suns. I fucking hate this show. So after the match, we got the Raiders and the Profits. They're, I guess, exchanging respectful gestures. So forearm bumps like the War Raiders do, or the Viking Raiders, whatever. Seth Rollins then made his ring entrance, and things just got a lot worse, folks, because we got a 3-minute squash match, and then we got Seth Rollins coming out. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. Rollins came down. He said he had something to say. They can all stay, or they could all go. It's up to them. So what do you think they did? Of course, they did the same thing that I would have did. They left. Profits left. And then the War Raiders left. Goodbye. Nobody wants to be around this clown. I don't blame them. So he's in the ring. And Seth said that he had something to take care of. He needed to drown the ratings on this show ever so slightly. So the ratings were trending upwards. So he needed to handle business. He needed to come out there and make sure they were on the downward slope that Monday Night Raw regularly gets. Because it was a little weird that they were trending upwards. I don't know. I could be wrong. I doubt there were any ratings watching the fucking opening 20 minutes of this show. I really wish that there was an analytic or a statistic on how many people picked up the remote control during that opening segment to Monday Night Raw. How many people actually changed the channel to the Monday Night Football game? Seriously. I would love to know. So Rollins said that he had something to take care of and that there's unfinished business with the AOPP. He said that they indicated, or he called them to the ring and indicated that he was ready to fight them. So he's ready to fight the AOP. So instead, Kevin Owens came out. He brought Rey's pipe with him. You know, Lana's going to get the pipe from Bobby Lashley after the show. You know, same thing. Same size and all. He brought Rey's pipe with him. He entered the ring, said that there's no need for the pipe. You know, give me the fucking pipe. I need to smoke some during this show just so that I could actually fucking be a little positive because this show had nothing going for it tonight. KO told Seth that he doesn't need to worry about the pipe. That's for the AOP. He asked when AOP would arrive so the three of them can attack him. Seth said he had nothing to do with the AOP. So we get a backstage video. They cut to the Titantron. We see a big black truck roam through the garage. Black SUV, whatever. Minivan, whatever the fuck it was. Out come the AOP. They look like fucking hitmen. They look like Tuco's guards, ready to fucking put a bullet in somebody's brain. So they come out, and they cut to a commercial break. After the break, we got Rollins and KO in the ring, and they're talking about the AOP, and they're talking about how he came to kick AOP's ass, but Seth Rollins says that AOP has nothing to do with him. KO said maybe he should take care of Seth first, because AOP clearly is not coming out here. Seth exited the ring. KO said he's supposed to believe they arrive right when he comes to the ring to confront him. So Seth said he's going to leave because it's the right thing to do, because apparently it's the only way he can prove to him that he's done nothing with the AOP. Kevin Owens says that when he's done with AOP, he's coming to find him. KO called for AOP, and he says he's not that hard to find. I'm the loud one with the steel pipe. AOP appeared on the big screen, and they were talking again in their native language, and they were received with the what chant. I told you guys last week, I don't understand why. I feel like I'm speaking to a fucking wall. Why are they speaking in their native language? They are now going to be affiliated with Seth Rollins. Can we have them speak fucking English? The language that they do speak very well? Why do we need to hear them in their native language? It's not going to get them over. It looks ridiculous when they come out there and they're not speaking words that people understand. So Kevin Owens says, all strong points. I can't argue with any of you guys. Making fun of them. Not really what I look at as them getting over. So he said, let's do this. He threw down the mic. Then Sami Zayn comes out. Yes, Sami Zayn, who's with Shinsuke Nakamura, who's the Intercontinental Champion, who is associated with SmackDown on Fox, Sami Zayn. He comes out, and he's with Mojo Rowley. I don't know why anybody would take interest in this segment. Mojo Rowley equals channel-changing garbage. Sami says he's a SmackDown superstar. I know. But he has some leeway because he has applied and been granted a managerial license that spans across Raw and SmackDown. Now, I didn't really shit on this like some people did. I mean, I texted my boy Jesse, here's Vince with another out with the wild card rule. I didn't really look at this as being a serious thing because Sami Zayn is not somebody that is going to drive ratings. In fact, Sami Zayn is probably the best thing to come out of SmackDown Live right now. So having him on Raw and having him on the microphone is not something I'm really going to complain about because he's great at what he does. But this is something that Vince, looked at and said, how can we get away with the wild card rule? And there you go. We'll give Sami Zayn a managerial license, and there you go. Easy out for Vince McMahon and the wild card rule. He told KO he's not actually a manager or an agent. He's a liberator who sets people free. I wish they'd set this fucking show free and just let it die in the middle of nowhere. Said he can tell just by looking at KO that he's a prisoner in his own head. Said he doesn't judge him for any of it. So he got into the ring. Mojo follows him into the ring. He said what he did to Mojo was out of line. What Vince McMahon does to us every week is out of line. No difference. So he asked KO to admit that he was wrong and apologized to Mojo. Joe said some called Sami a peacemaker, and Mojo then got on the microphone and started talking for himself, which I don't know why anybody granted this guy a microphone. Mojo told KO to not disrespect Sami like he disrespected him backstage. Sami tried to calm them down and told him not to take that tone when he has that look in his eyes and that pipe in his hand. Mojo said everybody's tough with a steel pipe in their hand. So KO threw Mojo the pipe. He made fun of him. So you said everybody's tough with a steel pipe in their hand. So he threw Mojo the pipe. And Mojo caught the pipe like a dummy. Kevin Owens kicked Mojo in the gut, gave him a stunner, and that was about it. That was about it. Mojo rolled out of the ring, and then Sami Zayn wanted nothing to do with his best friend Kevin Owens, and backed away. Clearly a segment that they needed to fill TV time for, and that's exactly what they did. This was a segment added to the show because they had no other creative outline for this show whatsoever. So in comes Mojo fucking Rowley. And you're all excited about fucking John Morrison coming to the WWE. This is his fate. This is his fate. There you go. Alistair Black versus Akira Tozawa. Akira Tozawa is fitting comfortably in that, I would say, upper echelon jobber role on Monday Night Raw. Alistair Black, Drew McIntyre. Who else did he fight? Leo Rush, right? Nothing more than a jobber to the stars is Akira Tozawa. And Akira Tozawa is fucking awesome. Just want to throw that out there. Alistair Black wins with the Black Mass. That was it. Black Mass is one of my favorite finishing moves in all of WWE. And Black wins. There you go. Charlie Caruso interviewed Humberto. You know, Humberto Carrillo. She called him a sensational rookie on Raw. A sensational rookie. I didn't really know sensational rookies are 0-7 on Monday Night Raw. This is what we're calling sensational rookies now in 2019. Great. The only thing sensational about Humberto Carrillo are his fucking AJ Slater-like dimples. Give me a break. So we see a video package of Humberto, which should have been shown 7 fucking weeks ago. Now we're seeing video packages on why we should care about Humberto, right? You have the guy lose 6 straight fucking matches before he gets his first win over the OC, and now I'm supposed to care. Now you want to give me the video packages. The company ass fucking backwards? I don't get these fucking people. So, Zelina Vega comes walking in. He didn't want to speak because he wanted to give the lady the outlet to speak first. He's a gentleman, Humberto. Ladies' man, Humberto. Andrade interrupted. Andrade started shoving him and yelling at him in Spanish. So apparently Zelina was listening in on this, and all she said was, tonight? I guess they have a match. Why? Because Sin Cara got released. Who else is fucking Andrade gonna fight? So they picked the next fucking Mexican in line to go against Andrade. There you go. Liv Morgan got a return, I guess, Titantron still. We got Liv Morgan coming back to Monday Night Raw that said Liv Morgan makeover coming soon. Maybe she could fit in with the fucking rest of the clowns on this show. Dress her up as a fucking clown. She'd be hot, but might as well have her fit in with the rest of the fucking circus on this show. Andrade and Zelina versus Humberto. This actually was not that bad. I don't care. I did not care about the outcome of this match whatsoever. But it was not bad, and I got to give some credit where credit is due. This was actually a pretty decent match towards the end of it. And some people, some, not all, some, popped for the win. I doubt it means anything going into next week, but we'll see what happens. So we got Andrade surprising Carrillo with that beautiful spinning back elbow. One of my favorite spots in all the company right now. That spinning back elbow is fucking brutal. So we went for a near fall there. Very believable near fall there by Andrade. He dragged Carrillo to the middle of the ring, went for his moonsault. Carrillo moved. Andrade landed on his feet. Carrillo then hit a running drop kick. He lifted Andrade. Andrade elbowed himself free. Zelina was on the apron. Right? Zelina always got to get involved. I don't understand. Honey, he's going against Humberto Carrillo. I don't understand why you need to assist your man in beating fucking Humberto. The guy's got one fucking win since he's joined Monday Night Raw. I think Andrade can handle himself in his own situation here, really. So she gets onto the fucking apron. Andrade shoved Carrillo towards the ropes. He stopped because he didn't want to run into her because she was on the apron. Andrade then charged and accidentally hit Zelina off the apron because Humberto moved out of the way. So Zelina fell to the floor. Carrillo then rolled up Andrade for the win. Monday Night Raw commentary team, mainly Vic Joseph, called it the biggest win of his singles career. Now Andrade, I'm surprised they actually mentioned this. They did mention, Vic Joseph mentioned that Andrade has been undefeated since moving to Monday Night Raw, which I thought would be a complete oversight on this show, but they did mention it. I doubt this accumulates to anything, really. Everybody said to me that, Humberto is a star. He was made into a star after fighting Seth Rollins. Really? He was not made into a star. In fact, he got buried for 7 straight weeks. Then the reports came out that Vince is done with Humberto Carrillo. No more. No more. He's getting the Cedric Alexander treatment. But here he is winning over Andrade Cien Almas. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. Andrade and Rey Mysterio was the next natural progression of what Andrade should be going for. But why are we getting Humberto Carrillo giving Andrade his first loss? Now, I know it was Zelina Vega, but they never should have put Zelina Vega in that position. Or Andrade, I should say, in that position to knock Vega off the apron. Now, after the match, Vega and Andrade were arguing. He was yelling at her, and she was, saying, what did I do wrong? I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I do have a conspiracy theory I'd like to float at you. Now, I hope that they don't break up, Andrade and Zelina Vega. I mean, they go together like spaghetti and meatball, They're a perfect pairing. They go together like pepperoni and cheese pizza, You put pepperoni in the cheese, that's a terrible analogy. Fish and chips is a better one. There you go. Guinness and fucking honey roasted peanuts. That's another one, okay? You get my point. I don't understand why you would break up these two. You didn't do anything with them in 2 fucking years, and now you want to break them up? When the guy's on the biggest swing of momentum he's been on since being called up to the main roster, now you want to break them up? Yes, did Andrade just miraculously overnight learn the English language? Is he speaking English like an AJ Styles? Is he speaking English like, Randy Orton? I don't get it. Now, that was the whole idea behind Andrade. Learn the language, and then we'll push you. But we need Vega to speak for him, because he still doesn't speak the English language the way that they want him to. So I don't want to see them broken up. Now, my conspiracy theory, you're probably wondering, JD, what the fuck is the conspiracy theory? Maybe they do break them up, and she is actually placed with Alistair Black, who Alistair Black is her real-life husband. Maybe. I don't know. It would be something to think about, because I don't really see Zelina Vega in the women's division. I mean, there's nothing about her that's exciting. There's nothing about her that I can't wait to see in the ring. That would be a waste of TV time. Zelina Vega is a valet. Zelina Vega is a very valuable valet. I think that could work if they actually want to weave that in. Because if Andrade's getting rid of her and he's going to stay a heel, that could make her a babyface, and people could find themselves to be sympathetic to Zelina Vega. But in the end, the decision I would make is to not break them up, because I think it's fucking foolish. That's just me, though. Let me know what you guys think. Carrillo, I'm hard on Humberto. I stress his name out in my JD own way, But Humberto, listen. Humberto's talented. He's got more upside than he's got down. I know. There's nothing about him that stands out to me that I have to go out there and watch him. There's nothing about him that I'm going to go out of my way to fucking miss something and watch Humberto Carrillo in the ring, his offense is not, I would say, intense enough. It's a lot of arm drags, and it's a lot of, weak-looking moves. There's nothing about his offense that's intense. Nothing. Flips and dives and arm drags and fucking trying to rip off Rey Fenix, which you can't, because nobody's Rey Fenix. But he needs to work on his offense. He needs to get a little bit more intense. He needs to grow some fucking balls, Humberto, please. He's got some upside. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with him, but we'll see what happens. I could see this match happening again next week because of what happened here with Zelina Vega. Zack Ryder put the toys away to come play with Buddy Murphy tonight. Buddy Murphy wins in 2 minutes. Murphy's Law. I guess they felt bad for him. I don't know. Maybe he was backstage playing with his fucking Mattel Elite WWE action figures that he just bought at fucking Target. I don't know. Buddy Murphy wins in 2 minutes. The match is booked Murphy versus Alistair Black at TLC. The one match on the entire show that I'm legitimately looking forward to. Now, being that I said that, watch it get moved to the fucking pre-show on Sunday. Kevin Owens was smashing windows. He was looking for the AOPP. He came to the back and he found the SUV that they arrived in. He then broke open the windows and the back window. He was scratching the vehicle, the side of the vehicle with the steel pipe. So they attacked him from behind. They found him. I guess Kevin Owens' steel pipe didn't come in handy, right? He needed eyes in the back of his fucking head. Maybe Rey Mysterio should have loaned him his mask. I don't know. But they attacked him from behind. And they were in front of 2 garage doors. Well, the big garage door, I should say. So they were looking at the back of the SUV. The back of the SUV pops open. And a man sitting in the back, wearing a hoodie over his face, reveals himself to be Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was in the back of the SUV wearing a black hoodie. He revealed himself to be with the AOP after all. His demeanor was very, I don't want to say evil, but his demeanor was not babyface. That's pretty much the explanation I could give you there. It was not babyface. So he says, it has come to this, and it's a shame, but he's sorry. He's a heel, but he's telling Kevin Owens he's sorry. Why? Right then and there, WWE has already fucked up his heel turn. Why are you in the back of a fucking SUV, wearing a black hoodie, coming out, aligning yourself with AOP, and then looking at the guy who is being very difficult to you, right? Blaming you for everything. Why are you looking at the guy who's being very difficult to you and apologizing to him? Right before you fucking curb stomp him into the concrete. I don't understand that. I really don't get it. So, we got heel Seth Rollins. There you go. It was not over from there. We move on to the arena, and Seth walks onto the stage, and I will go over exactly what he said in just a little bit, but I want to make sure you guys are aware that I'm still sponsored not only by Blue Chew tonight, sponsored by Audible. Go get yourself a free audio book tonight, 30 days free, and 1 free audio book. That's 30 days free of their service and 1 free audio book by using audibletrial.com/offthescript. It's a great way to support the podcast, a great way to support the Audible service. Thank you guys so very much for checking out Audible and listening to me here tonight for Off the Script during this Monday Night Raw review. So Rollins walked onto the stage and he asked the fans, what do you guys want from me? He started asking the fans a bunch of questions. What do you want from me? Because he's been asking himself that for a very long time. We used to get along and we used to see things eye to eye. He said, somewhere it went wrong and I can't figure out why. You can't figure out why. Do I really need to bring up the fact that in August you cried like a little bitch on Monday Night Raw, crying about how Brock Lesnar brutalized you, right? Everybody looked down on you like a fucking sniveling pussy on that episode. I know you know what I'm talking about. Him just fucking crying to everybody before he goes to fight Brock Lesnar. He actually beat Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam for the Universal title. He had everybody kind of in his good graces again. And then we get the Hell in a Cell. And the worst ending, I think, to any wrestling match in the last decade inside Hell in a Cell with Bray Wyatt. if you want to go back further than that, the storyline with Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans with his fiancée, Becky Lynch, which created 3 months of god-awful television. That was the first storyline and the first title defense coming out of his WrestleMania win and Universal title win against Brock Lesnar. Do I need to continue? And then you wonder why things went wrong. You don't know why things went wrong. It's not that difficult to figure out, Rollins. Yet you continue to blame us for your shortcomings. Said he did everything right. He said it doesn't, he doesn't take nights off and he doesn't wrestle, or he wrestles through injuries. He wrestles through injuries. He doesn't take the night off. He says he lays it all on the line for each and every one of you. Said he put himself out there in the media too, and all he got was disrespected and spit on. This guy's an idiot, folks. He went on every social media platform. He blocked half of the podcast community, including myself. He went on every podcast and shit on the fans. He had conducted interviews, shit on the fans. He went on Corey Graves' podcast as his first guest, shit on the fans. And then he wants to know why he's disrespected and his name is being disrespected. And he's being spit on. Again, Mr. Rollins, it's not that difficult to figure out. I'm sick of it, he says. Said last week he told KO and the fans he had nothing to do with AOP, and that was the truth. Said the truth wasn't good enough for them. Till the fans, they believed a flavor of the month. Kevin Owens called him a liar, and they believed him. He said he tried again to tell KO he wasn't with AOP, and that was the truth. He said the truth wasn't good enough for him. He asked the people, what is good enough for you people in 2019? Said he beat Brock Lesnar and brought the Universal title back to Raw, but that wasn't good enough for you people. He said now it's time for him to push back. He said their fiction has turned into fact. He says it has turned him to stand side by side with AOP. Out came AOP. They stood next to Rollins on stage, and then they walked away together. I'm trying to figure this one out. Let me start with the positive. Rollins sounded, to me, better than he has sounded in the last 6 months with this promo. He sounded real. He sounded organic. It sounded natural. And it sounded exactly like it needed to sound. He needed to shit on the fans, and that's exactly, I guess, kinda. He didn't really go overboard. I would have went the Bret Hart route, honestly. But he did do exactly what he needed to do. He shit on the fans. They now have finally moved Rollins, if this is the gauge, this size here, if this is the gauge, this is a baby face, this is heel, and this is right in the middle, right? He is now trending towards this side. So that's good. He is trending towards the right side of the spectrum here with this heel turn. No more in between. No more, let me come out and be a good guy and get booed. It's not going to work. That's not a fucking heel turn. I'm sorry. You guys were lied to every single week for the last 3 weeks. Rollins was not a heel when everybody said he was a heel. Everybody put in their thumbnails and their title of Rollins heel turn. Rollins heel turn. I told you exactly when Rollins turns heel, I will let you know when he turns heel. Tonight is the closest thing to a Rollins heel turn that we have seen. So that is that. Now the negative. Rollins looked good. Rollins looked good. I think him and AOP are going to work very well together. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. I don't know what their objective is on this show. I don't know how you book AOP and Seth Rollins on a show that has no other factions outside of the OC. And what do you do with a group like this? Yes, they're together. So one of my negatives is you just paired Rollins with the AOP, Akam and Razor. What do you do with them now? You can give Rollins a US title or a WWE title. You can give the AOP the tag team titles. What does that accomplish? When you have no competition for the AOP, and Rollins winning a title is not really going to do anything for the overall group being built up. They have nobody to feud with. They have nobody to feud. What are they feuding over? You got to give me a reason as to why these guys are together, and you got to give me a reason why they are going to be feuding with somebody on Monday Night Raw. What is their purpose? This is what I don't understand. They form these groups. Even the OC doesn't have a purpose. They're just there. They are there and they exist. That's it. They're not taking over the show. They're not there for any other reason but to be put in 6-man tags against fucking Rey Mysterio and a circus of clowns every week. What is their reason for being together? So when you can figure that out, I would love to know, and everybody would like to know. But I don't know why you're going to get excited. Everybody in the fucking community, oh my God, yeah, finally, it happened. Finally. On the fucking go-home show in the middle of the show. Just to build Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. It finally happened. Great. What is your purpose for putting them together? What is their objective now? Seriously. When you let me know, I'll give you my answer as to whether I like it or not. Now, I don't understand his logic here. Rollins. Seems like WWE has already muddied this fucking heel turn up, and I don't know if I'm the only one that's going to be bringing this up. So you mean to tell me for the last 3 weeks you've been teasing and hinting and cock-teasing, right? You've been dangling the fucking carrot out there for this heel turn with the AOP and Seth Rollins being together. You mean to tell me that they did not have a master plan all this time to be together, working together, right? Why did they team up? Why did they get together? That's what I want to know. I'm always going to circle back to that. Why did they get together? You mean to tell me that they already, for 3 weeks, didn't have a master plan, and the only reason why they're working together now, that was announced on this show, is because Rollins was disrespected? You mean the only reason why Rollins is aligning himself with AOP is because he got booed by the WWE audience? Is this what I'm hearing? I don't know why you're together. Are you together for a specific reason? Or are you together because Rollins is a fucking pussy and he can't take the criticism from the WWE audience? Oh, they're booing me. Oh, they're disrespecting me. Oh, they're shitting on me. This is the reason why you got together. Because that's what I heard. That's exactly what I heard. Until you give me the legitimate why as to why you got together and what your objective is, this is a half-assed heel turn. Rollins may look good. AOP might look good because now they are heel. They're going to be getting heel reactions. It's not going to be babyface and then get booed because nobody likes you. Now you're going to be getting booed legitimately for the right reasons. But now you have to tackle that age-old important question. Why? What is your reason for being on this show as a faction? I don't understand it. Rollins and AOP, from what I gathered, are together because Rollins couldn't handle being booed by the WWE audience. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just looking at this in a completely different way. Please, chime in down below. I'd love to know what you guys think. Becky Lynch and the Kabuki Warriors. Becky Lynch wins by DQ here. I'm not going over what happened here. Go back and watch it for yourself. I don't bullshit you guys in any which way. Becky Lynch got 90% of the offense in this match. I don't get it. I don't get them in their handicap match logic. You got the Raw Women's Champion. First of all, the Raw Women's Champion being booked in a handicap match is not the same thing as Charlotte Flair being booked in a handicap match. Both decisions were made by a blithering idiot who didn't think of the fucking outcome before he thought of the match. First of all, the handicap match cannot work. That match last week went 17 minutes. It shouldn't have went even 7 minutes. 7 seconds. Should have even been booked, number one. Charlotte looked too strong in that match. The Kabuki Warriors are tag team champions. The titles are fucking irrelevant anyway, so it really doesn't matter to anybody. Certainly doesn't matter to me, but they are champions. You want to make your champions look good. They didn't look good coming out of that match because Charlotte apparently channeled her inner Roman Reigns, and the Kabuki Warriors couldn't handle one little miss, Charlotte Flair, for 17 minutes. Yeah, the Kabuki Warriors won, but barely. It's not really what I call a successful night for the Kabuki Warriors. Here we are again, WWE making the same mistake twice, but the outcome is no way going to be the same as last week because this week they got the Raw Women's Champion. You can't book the Raw Women's Champion. You can't book Becky Lynch to lose clean now, right? So you already booked yourself in a corner, yet you made the match happen anyway. And you made the match happen to simply get us to a tables, ladders, and chairs match with Becky and Charlotte teaming up against the Kabuki Warriors. You mean to tell me You mean to tell me you couldn't get to the end result here, which was a match announcement for the pay-per-view. You couldn't get to that match announcement without a handicap match? I don't get it. Becky could have cut a promo. The Kabuki Warriors could have came out and still put Becky Lynch through a table with the insane elbow. Did we really need to see another handicap match in which the Kabuki Warriors again looked even weaker than they did last week? They got 90% of the offense, or Becky got 90% of the offense on the Kabuki Warriors in this match. Everywhere you looked, Becky was overcoming everything the Kabuki Warriors were throwing at them. How does that make your champions look legit? It doesn't. It makes WWE Creative look like a bunch of fucking circus-peddling clowns. That's what it looks like. I don't believe they made the same mistake twice, even worse this week, because they booked themselves into a fucking corner. Absolutely ridiculous. At the end of the match, Kairi Sane pulled out a table, and they placed Becky Lynch on the table, and Kairi Sane landed the insane elbow through the table, which looked absolutely fucking great. Great visual. She is awesome. And that was pretty much it. AJ Styles stood with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. He said that he is with the best tag team in the world. Who? The Lucha Brothers? The Young Bucks? Oh, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows. I'm sorry, bro. You got the wrong team. Sooner or later, they'll take those Raw Tag Team titles from the Viking Raiders. He said they'll be celebrating with the U.S. champion when that happens because he's getting his title back tonight. He told Randy Orton that if he sticks his nose in his business, he's going to hurt him to the point of ending his career. So he mentioned Randy Orton and not wanting Randy Orton to stick his nose in his business. What do you think is going to happen? It's like fucking throwing up the bat signal on Monday Night Raw. Really? So we got Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair in the trainer's room. Becky was giving herself a nice ice down with some ice packs. And walked Charlotte, who asked how it went. Becky was just sitting there and saying that she wants to get revenge on Asuka. Charlotte told her it was a good match and walked away. So the camera followed her out of the locker room. She was awkwardly just walking in this bizarre way. You know, I knew something was going to happen just by the way she was walking. She looked ridiculous. So out come Asuka and Kairi saying they attacked her. And they were beating her over the head with a steel chair, or the back. Can't hit anybody over the head with a steel chair. 2019. Steel chair over the back. They were putting the boots to her. So they left her laying in the hallway right outside the trainer's room. So then we get Charlie Caruso asking Asuka and Kairi Sane what happened with the attack on Charlotte and Becky Lynch. What's going on here? They spoke in Japanese. Then Charlie was like, listen, I know I got to learn another language with this fucking roster. Can you please speak in English? I don't speak Japanese. And then Kairi Sane and Asuka said that they challenge Becky and Charlotte to challenge them back for the tag team titles at TLC. So there you go. There you go. WWE booked themselves in the corner, like I said, and I don't believe how the creative team could not get this same match announcement without giving the handicap match. It's as if this fucking company has zero brain. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Unreal. So, Erick Rowan and his little fucking pet, whatever the fuck it is, I don't know. It may be Luke Harper's fucking contract. Apparently Luke Harper's gone, so now what's in the fucking cage? What is in the cage? I don't know. Erick Rowan versus some I don't even have a name for him. Did they even announce him with a name? I don't know. Rowan's opponent, he grabbed the cage and then ran away with it. He ran up the ramp. Rowan followed behind, checked on his pet. Then this guy runs back into the fucking crowd. He runs back into the ring and he tries to get himself a count-out victory over Erick Rowan. So he ran with the cage, placed it at the top of the ramp because he knew Rowan was going to go check on it. He runs back into the crowd, goes back into the ring, and asks the referee to count him out. So he gets in the ring, does Rowan in a 9 count, and then he absolutely destroys this guy with, I don't know how many claws he did. How many choke slams did he do? 4? And then the referee eventually stopped the match because he would not stop giving this bum, this jobber, a chokeslam. So that was pretty much it. Street Profits, they hosted a spoof on the SNL Weekend Update. I don't know who watches Saturday Night Live, but if you do, you are pathetic. And you must have no fucking life. So they were running over the TLC card, and they were giving you their brand of humor. I mean, I don't understand segments like this. I love Montez Ford. I think he's got charisma for days. I love Angelo Dawkins. I love the Street Profits. Them being on Monday Night Raw, I don't love them as much as I used to. That's just a natural thing that happens with this show. But I have a concern. I have something of a concern here. They accepted the open challenge from the War Raiders. Or the Viking Raiders. Whatever. I can't get out of my NXT days. They accepted the open challenge from the Viking Raiders. They lost in 3 minutes. And then they go right to the back after losing a tag team title match to the tag team champions. They go right to the back and they start clowning around in a spoof of Saturday Night Live. Is this what you're trying to explain to me? This is what you're doing with the Street Profits. I don't know how that makes A, the titles look, B, the War Raiders look, and C, the Street Profits look. It's as if they don't give a shit about losing. They don't give a shit about missing an opportunity at the tag team titles. And the tag team titles, I guess, to them are a fucking Saturday Night Live joke. Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't know who the fuck put this thing together, why it was put together, why this is on a go-home show. You couldn't have Vic Joseph run down the fucking matches with graphics on the screen? We needed a spoof of Saturday Night Live from the Street Profits to tell me what the fucking pay-per-view was? I mean, what is this? I don't know how this is justifiable on this show. Or am I just unfunny? Am I really a negative Nancy? Unreal how nobody finds an issue with what I just told you. Rey Mysterio versus AJ Styles. This match went 15 minutes. They actually went off the air in AEW style. So Rey went for the 619. I didn't really pay. Who cares? Who cares? We knew Randy Orton was going to interfere, so what the fuck is the point in investing ourselves in the match when they pretty much gave the outcome away during the AJ Styles promo? Rey went for the 619. Gallows blocked it. He blocked AJ. So when Rey did the 619, he hit Gallows instead of AJ. Styles then scored a near fall. Styles climbed the top rope. Rey met him up there, went for Hurricane Rana. Styles was supposed to counter into a Styles Clash from the top rope, but something happened. A botch happened. Eva Marie happened on the second turnbuckle. So Styles and Rey Mysterio were down on the mats. Styles recovered and gave Rey a powerbomb and then transitioned into a Styles Clash. Orton then came out of nowhere. Don't even know where he came from. Probably under the ring. I don't know. So he snuck into the ring out of nowhere, stared at Styles. He did not deliver an RKO. He winked at AJ. Rey then surprised Styles with a small package. And in the middle of the 3 count, or after the 3 count, almost immediately, they ended the show. And that was it. They ended the style in very AEW Dynamite fashion. It's like WWE didn't time their show correctly. WWE doesn't get anything done correctly. This show, folks, listen, I don't know what else I could tell you. I've been here for over an hour talking about this fucking god-awful nightmare called Monday Night Raw. Am I not right in half the shit I talk about? I mean, I feel like I'm losing my mind here. I really do. Everything about this show, just logistically, doesn't make any sense. They want to embarrass certain guys. Storylines are awful. Titles don't mean nothing. We got champions that mean absolutely nothing on this show. Mistake after mistake after mistake happening. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. We got a pay-per-view on Sunday. You probably would have not known that if you did not watch this show tonight. I'm getting out of here because I can't bear to talk about this shit anymore, and I want to go to sleep and attack the new day tomorrow. Not attack the new day, but, attack a new day and play some Luigi's Mansion. That's what I want to do with myself. Or, actually, Destiny's new season's tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, man. I'll probably be sitting in this fucking chair all day. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Follow me on social media, at JD from NY206. That's on Twitter and Instagram. Hit the thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Make sure you check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout for $5 off. Or actually, no, free and $5 shipping and handling. You get a free sample of their service. And then Audible, audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys go and get that free audio book of your choice with over 200,000 choices to choose from. Guys, I'm getting out of here. Let's try for 1,500 thumbs up on the Monday Night Raw review tonight, and I'll see you right back here with more content on the channel tomorrow. Until then, guys, have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. And this is the #1 podcast right here on YouTube, in the YouTube wrestling community. This is Off the Script. See you guys tomorrow right here for Off the Script Elite. See you then.